Okay, y'all. So, what is the best way to remember what you and your client have discussed when you are doing your documentation? I just had a meeting with one of my clients. She's a student, and the best way that I remember the things that I discussed with the student is right after the student and the meeting is done. I just take my little notepad here that I have here. And if you see here, I just jot down all the things that we talked about, the things that you've reviewed with the client, things that the client has questions about, that she wants to know more about, anything that you gave her or him a referral about, any phone numbers that you've provided to them, any points of contact or people that you want them to call, or any type of applications that you've submitted to them and saying, I want you to complete this so that when we meet next time, we're going to review it and then we're going to hand that in. So if you've done any of that during your time that you're spending with your client, those are things that you want to jot down in your little notepad. If you don't even have a notepad like this, because I have just like a little notepad that I use to kind of keep notes when I'm meeting with my clients via Zoom. But I don't usually have a notepad when I'm meeting with a client in person. Usually I just remember the things that I'm going to discuss with them. I'll just take a couple of notes before I actually meet with the client. And then once I'm done, I'll go right back to the same notebook, and then I'll just jot down what we did. I check off, oh, we talked about counseling. Oh, we talked about you're going to complete your SNAP application. You're going to submit your housing application to Miss Mary. Anything that we've talked about specifically, I make a note to jot that down so that when we meet for the following scheduled appointment, those are going to be the times and those are going to be the things that you're going to ask. Oh, were you able to meet with Miss Mary? Oh, did you hand in your application? So that is going to help you remember exactly what you need to document on the things that you talked about and the referrals that you've given and any applications that you've submitted and that you're working on with your clients. So that is how I keep track of the things that I'm going to document and the things that I'm going to follow up on. So, guys, this is what works for me. And if you have any tips on how you work best on keeping your documentation timely and accurate so that you're always remembering to capture the things that you talked about with your client, share those things because we could all learn from each other. I mean, I'm a case manager, but I'm always looking to learn how to make work for me a little bit more easier, a little bit more efficient so that we could learn from each other. So always glad to share on how we could do better and how we could work with our clients a little bit easier, right? So we know as case managers, sometimes this work can be a little bit stressful. It can be a little bit, could be a lot some days. So you definitely want to make sure that you are keeping on top of your documentation because as the saying goes, if it's not documented, it is not done. So we want to make sure that we're always showing our work, showing that we're doing the work with our clients so that we can see how they're progressing from point A to point B. So again, make sure you guys are taking the time to like, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.